Hey, what's up guys? This is 812QSD bringing you my MBC Pokemon Draft Analysis. Now, I've disliked using Ursuluna every single time I've used it. So when the first round rolled around, I knew I just had to draft Ursuluna Blood Moon. Now, this Pokemon is a little bit different than regular Ursuluna in that it does not have Ursuluna's primary problem, which is that Ursuluna is very prone to chip, which ends up resulting in it at best being able to trade in a matchup. Now, Blood Moon does not have to worry about that because it doesn't have contact moves, so it doesn't have to worry about Rocky Helmet. And it also has two things that Ursuluna wishes it had, which is good priority in second wave, and great recovery in Moonlight. So, even though I've typically disliked using the regular Ursuluna form, I think Blood Moon's going to be different enough where I feel confident in my ability to use it. So for the second round, I want to draft a good partner Pokemon to Ursuluna, and it's hard to get a better one than Galarian Slowking. Now Galarian Slowking pairs very well with Ursuluna because it can set up Trick Rooms, which Ursuluna appreciates with its low speed, and it can act as a relatively bulky special pivot, which alleviates Ursuluna's relatively big special weakness. Galarian Slowking is also a grounded poison, which is really good just because in the current paldeadex format with the limited removers, having an easy way to remove toxic spikes can be very good for a team. Round 3, I selected Zapdos. Now Zapdos pairs very well with Galarian Slowking just because it's a ground immunity, so it helps with my ground weakness. And it can also act as a very good special breaker with access to electric, flying, and fire coverage, which is very difficult to switch into. It doesn't have Defog this generation, but it can still act as a good defensive pivot with its pretty good stats and static, which can be very annoying to play against. Round 4, I decided to select Cinderace because I noticed that my team was very special heavy and it was very slow. And Cinderace is a very good, fast, physical breaker. It also has access to Core Change, which gives me a good hazard removal option because Zapdos doesn't exactly appreciate Stealth Rocks, especially since once boots are knocked off, it's taking the big 25% chip every single time it switches in. Round 5, I decided to draft Annihilate. Now, I drafted this Pokemon to act as a U-turn deterrent, because if the opponent decides to spam U-turn against my team, it could potentially boost my Rage Fists to astronomical levels. Annihilate also offers me a rocker, which is something my team was lacking, so that's always nice. And it offers me a physical breaker, which is also good because my team prior to this only had Cinderace to hit on the physical side. Round 6, I decided to take Vaporeon. This Pokemon pairs very nicely with Zapdos, because Zapdos punishes the things that punish Vaporeon in bulky grasses and bulky waters. Vaporeon also got a lot of interesting new tools this generation, like Calm Mind. So for round 7, I decided to take Cyclizar. Cyclizar provides my team a good rapid spinner, which is always nice, because Cinderace by itself is not the best hazard removal option. It offers me a Regenerator Pokemon, so I have a nice Regenerator core in Galarian Slowking and Cyclizar. And it also offers me a fast Revenge Killer, which is nice because prior to this, my best Revenge Killer was Cinderace, and while Cinderace is a great Pokemon, to have that as the only potential Revenge Killer for my team was not optimal, so Cyclizar just fit a lot of roles my team needed well, and I decided to pick it for that reason. Round 8, I decided to take Appletun. Now, Appletun is a Pokemon I don't have a lot of experience using, but I saw it was 3 points. I saw the format was low tier only Terra, and for 3 points, Appletun is a very, very, very good, cheap Terra Pokemon. because of its ability Thick Pat, it can check a lot of Pokemon that are otherwise problematic for my team. And in terms of the Terra types I chose for it, I chose Terra Fairy because Fairy is one of the best defensive typings in the game. Terra Dragon because Dragon is a very good defensive typing. And Terra Dark because I noticed my team does not have a Dark type, and I don't want to lose to Stored Power shenanigans. So that's why I chose Terra Dark, and that's why I chose Appleton. Beartick I decided to choose because I had a Galarian Slowking, so I figured a Slush Rush Sweeper would fit my team very well, and Beartick is a very good one. With a massive attack stat of base 130, it can shred teams. In terms of Terra types I decided to choose, I chose Terra Ice for the double stab, Terra Grass because Ice types are weak to Water types, and to have an option to be able to hit those is very nice. And Terra Fighting because fast fighting types are absolutely terrifying to go up against in draft format, and Beartick is a very good one when it has that Terra option. So that's why I picked Beartick. Round 10, I decided to pick Galarian Weezing. Now, I picked Galarian Weezing because I did not want to be forced into Terra Fairy with Appleton in certain matchups. I also have always liked Galarian Weezing's ability to be both a slow defensive Pokemon and a surprisingly strong offensive Pokemon when it has either a Scarf or a Spec set attached to it. Galarian Weezing also provides me a Defogger, so now I have 3 good ways to remove hazards in Rapid Spin Cyclizar, Core Change Cinderace, and now Defog Galarian Weezing. So I feel like hazards won't be a big issue for my team, which is very good because hazards are very annoying to play against. So that's why I picked Galarian Weezing. So for the last round of the draft, I decided to take Aipom. Now Aipom has a couple of moves for it, and I do think it's going to get at least 1 kill this season. One such move is...
That's a surprise tool that can help us later!
In terms of Terra types I chose for Aipom, I chose Terra Normal because the double stab is nice, Terra Poison for the boost on gunk shots, and Terra Flying because Acrobatics is a very strong move. So there you have it. That's my draft, and hopefully we can get a few wins this season.